This piece of trash black kid. This piece of trash. I'll tell you what happened, because it happens every day, but everybody wants an investigation. Like, we have to do an investigation first before we make any investigation. What you mean? You mean the black kid that stabbed that white kid? Yeah. Okay, here's what happened. Black kid couldn't get no cat at his school. No cat, okay? He's a dumb-looking, ignorant fuck. No cat. Because all he did was wear his Glee Club uniform. I mean, ain't that the picture that you're pushing? That old busted-out suit? That same suit his uncle wore? Yeah, borrowed, lent to him. So he was a lame, because no cat would go near him at his school. So what did he do? During the track meet, he went over to another tent, talking about rain. And what did he do? Try to chase a new cat. Watches a lot of those street interviews. Who's your favorite race to date? Black. I love black guys. No white guys. I love black guys. Black guys are better. Black guys do this. Black guys do that. They're so cool. And so he thought he'd get some white cat, and he's right there chilling. But if you ever watch Richard Pryor or Eddie Murphy from the 80s, and then, I'm not going to stop there, Martin Lawrence from the 90s, okay? Witherspoons, I think his name was Carl Witherspoon from the 90s also, okay? He was acting like them. He was saying things like, whip the pussy, whip that pussy, 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 whip the pussy. Remember, it was funny then, but he's using that language now in their tent, being the little black ass that he is, okay? Now this little black ass kid was told to leave. And when he was told to leave, he said, make me leave. I ain't going nowhere because slavery and reparations. Give my money. But anyways, he said, I'm not moving. This guy approached him and says, man, you talk too loud. He could have sat his ass there. Just sit your ass down. But no, he was just being black, right? Talking about whip that pussy. Oh, no, he wasn't doing that. I don't have proof. I've had enough proof. There's been enough proof of how you behave in front of white folks, okay? It's funny how you know better not to do that in Dubai, and you know better not to do that in Dominican Republic or China or Japan, but you just don't know anymore when you're in America. I just want to share that real quick. Anyways, his black ass talking about whip that pussy. He was out there being black. They told him to leave because he's probably talking about their sisters or their co-workers and talking about their pink vaginas and their cute pink nipples, and he's trying to get a hold of it and let me do something to that pussy so I can whip that pussy. Anyway, I think that because of the movie Boomerang. Regardless, as he's sitting there, the guy says, I'm going to move you. He says, touch me, see what happens. And then his brother came. Now, this is different. This matters a lot. If the kid did not have a brother, nothing would have happened. But because blacks like to jump people and whites don't. You see, blacks can't fight. I put that in another video. Black boys can't fight. They're pieces of shit in the ring, all right? When they get older and more training, maybe. Okay, but little boys, never. That's why they shoot each other. If that doesn't make any sense, look through my videos and find out. I'm not gonna guide you anymore. I'm sick of this shit. Anyways, he said, oh shit, they're brothers. That means that if I hit him, he's definitely gonna jump in. Okay, it's like that scenery when you're like, okay, do you want to meet me outside? Yeah. And then you hit somebody and his friend's trying to break it up because there's no vested interest in that. There's no vested anything because he's like, well, it's just my friend. He's getting beat up and let me pick him up off the floor. But if you hit somebody, knowing that his brother's right there, you're already in fear because you're like, oh shoot, I'm good. If I hit this guy, his brother's going to immediately jump in. And if one thing blacks know about is jumping people, never one-on-one fights. So he pulled out a knife because he got himself in this mess. And every black idiot, and y'all haven't changed a bit. OJ didn't do it. And now this kid didn't do it. And then you keep talking about Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse shot white people. And you blacks promised that you'd stay out of it because it's a white people problem. I think y'all need to stay the fuck out of it because it's a white people problem. Ain't that what you said? Ain't that what you said? But anyway, Kyle Rittenhouse had a long pistol, and he wanted to smoke. This kid didn't want to smoke. He was just black. He was black, rude, and obnoxious. Oh, there's a surprise. That never happens. Man, when are you going to wake up, white people? But that's it. Black kid couldn't get any cat at his school, so he decided to take advantage of the tent to see if he can impress any cat in this school. And now he's the cat being chased by a bunch of dogs. Nobody sees him in prison as a hero. He's already done processing already, and this black piece of shit will rot. He's not gonna be bullied or anything. He's just lost his entire freedom. I don't want to hear about your suit that you wear. I don't want to hear about your straight A's. You were destined to be this. You wanted to fight one white guy, but you didn't know you were going to fight two, and that's just too much for the black king. Oh no, you wanted one white guy to scare, but since he had a brother, you already did the math in your head because you're so smart, black man. You did the math in your head and said, if I swing on this guy's already got his fist clenched. I'm gonna get jumped by two brothers. I'd have rather have been one white guy, and it was shocking because usually white women have abortions. They don't their sons don't have any brothers, but in this case, it was twins. That's why he had a brother, and I'm sure words would change. Hey man, don't. That's my brother right there, you know. And all of a sudden now the black kid did the math and said, oh shit, now if I fight him, I'm gonna fight two guys. Just think about it. If they weren't brothers, this wouldn't have happened. It's like that. If they weren't, but they were brothers, which means you're getting jumped, you're getting stepped on, you're getting kicked, you're losing a fight, and the cameras are out. But you're gonna lose a fight. The only thing about white people, just like that, the attempted assassination of the president, nobody started singing World Star or grabbing their phones or anything like that. And same thing here, when white kids were like, you know, let's just break up the fight, and the black kids said, don't touch me, slavery. Nobody whipped out their phones. I wish they would have whipped out their phones, not to see or glamorize this young man's death, but to see if I'm right. But usually I am. Black kid got obnoxious. They told the black kids to leave. They didn't tell the black kid move out of the seat. No. You're not gonna Rosa Parks this little fucking Negro. No, you're not. No, this little mayat that doesn't get a Rosa Parks pass. No, hell no. This little mayate sat there with his language. Whip that pussy! Whip that pussy! That's what he did. Okay? And they were sick of it. And I'm getting sick of it. You mayates don't know when to shut the fuck up. You don't. You could sit there. Do it in social experiment. Sit your ass anywhere. And just put your hands on the table, cross your fingers, and just, sit. But no, if you start screaming, whip that pussy, then yeah. Can you please get the fuck up on out of here? When is a villain gonna be fucking made? When? You white people are lost.